Fellow tennis nerds, I hope all is well. Today we want to talk about a classic, a line that has disappeared from the retail market, but is still very, very popular on the pro market. And that is the Steam rackets, from Wilson.
Yeah, fantastic rackets. We still don't understand why Wilson discontinued this frame.
You could hear Henrik's enthusiasm. I can share it in a way. We tried now the Steam 100. You've tried the retail Steam 99 LS, which is the light one, but you've customized it. And we've tried the Steam 99 with 1618 pattern, which Deminar uses.
And he also has 1619.
Exactly.
Days.
Like Henrik said, we are surprised that they decide not to sell it and rebrand it or bring it back as Steam. I don't know if Steam is a good name. It sounds a bit like a strip club. But you could rebrand it in some way. Like they have the Shift now, they have other lines, so they can bring it back and find a funky name for it. The Steam is more power, but it feels like the power is quite controlled, right?
Yeah. It's a bit thicker. It's still a thin frame.
Yep.
But it's I think it's around 23 millimeters.
Yeah, like a Speed almost.
Yeah. The flex is I think the 99 LS I was trying. It's a retail version. It's very used. Strung RA of that one was 64. And the Pro Stock Steam 100 had a stiffness of 68 strung. And the Pro Stock Steam 99 had a stiffness of I think 67 or something like that. And it feels though Wilson Pro Stock rackets, they are so extremely solid. Even if they are like 68 is fairly stiff racket. You feel absolutely no tension or issues whatsoever in your arm, even with a pretty stiff string like Solinco Tour Bite.
Yeah.
It gives very good power.
Yep.
It gives very, very good control, like a controlled power and spin. The ball, the ball bites into the racket.
Yep.
But even the retail version, the 99 LS, I think it's like 265 or 270 grams, 270 grams unstrung. I have filled it with silicone. I have installed lead at 3, 12 and 9. So it's about 310 grams unstrung now. And it has a fantastic feel for a retail version.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much similar specifications as the Pro Stock version now.
Yeah.
It's extremely spin effect. That is a racket that actually makes a difference in a match because the spin it
really takes the ball on
it's like on an absurd level because it creates a ball that is extremely difficult to predict for the opponent. And you have to raise the tension quite a bit. I think I strung my Pro Stock in 21 kilos and the LS in 24 kilos with a 130 string because the string will snap pretty quick. But even for a retail version, the racket feels fantastic.
Yep.
And I remember back in the days, back in 2012, I tried the retail version of the Steam 1618, and I played my best league match ever with it. This is one of the rackets that, from performance side of view, the Steam is a fantastic racket. It's one of the best ever made, actually.
Because it has a balance of the power with some control to it, actually.
Yes, and it still doesn't kill your elbow because it's such a high quality construction of the frame.
Obviously, there are players, I've heard, the guy I bought the Steam 99, which I now traded with Henrik, regretfully. He had some elbow issues, but it could be down to string, personal preferences, technique, style, whatever. So that's good to keep in mind. They are firmer rackets, but it's not a firm racket in a sense where you really go like, And to mention a few players, like we have mentioned Alex Deminor on the men's side, because on the men's side it's not as popular, but I could see other players use the Steam.
Look at Fanash.
Fanash, yes. On the women's side, I already made a video about the Steam 100 BLX. Anisimova, Badosa, Raducanu, Diane Parry from France. There are many players on the WTA Tour using the Steam 100. I understand why. It's just a slightly longer racket that you have to accept, but it's not too bad. But it's just a great feeling power without it adding too much power, where sometimes you have a pure drive, the ball is going to have so much energy. Yeah. But here you have more of a balance, head speed like style power, I would say.
Yeah, I would say it's a 1620 string pattern.
Yeah.
And it has overall very good control. It's easy to use. You get a good mix of everything, a ball bite, of feel, of power, of spin, like
Yep.
everything, without sacrificing your elbow.
Yep.
And the extra reach, I think it's 27.25 inches,
Yep.
so it's like a half a centimeter. But I mean, on service, for example, you get a little bit extra of help. Steam is a racket Wilson should really bring back. In some
Yeah, this is a cry for
Yeah.
for that they re-release it. The Steam 96 was a more controlled Steam, slightly longer as well, I think, but with a 1620 pattern, with what like similar to the H Tour or N Tour, but I think it had the Steam. I'm not sure if they had the throat was different. But a friend of mine played with that, and I tried it, and it's also a good racket. It's not something we tried in this video. But we did try an interesting take on the Steam 99, where one of Henrik's rackets that he bought used from a coach here, it was strung with Luxlon Power rough, I guess you said, and Element in the crosses, which is a hybrid combo that I really like. I think I even made a review, but I've tried that a lot, and Monfils used it when he used to play Wilson, right? And this racket at, I don't know how many kilos of tension, it was Manarino style, it was definitely like 12, 14 kilos of tension.
I think it could be even down to 10 kilos.
10 kilos, yeah. So it's very low tension. You can move the strings, and every time you hit the ball slightly outside, the string goes like this and moves out. Crazy string tension. This is like 10 kilos, but it plays nice. Steam 99. It was just a very easy to use, and you could get some funny spin with it. It's almost like a spin effect thing, where you the player who played against it, was hard to read the spin, hard to read where the ball was bouncing, and pretty annoying to play against. So that was a fun experiment as well.
Very difficult to predict the ball. You didn't get any real pace from the ball. It was really difficult to know how to hit against that type of ball.
Yeah. So Wilson bring the Steam back. We think it's a great line. I know there's been a blade team with the Steam mold, but I think the whole line should be brought back.
Yeah, the Wilson has today, the 101 Lite is almost identical to the Steam 100, but in a 27-inch racket.
Yep.
And the previous version, the Blade V8 Team, was the Steam 99 mold, but they don't have it in the V9 version.
Ah, they removed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a shame, because there's something about this mold that makes it appeal to so many pros, but also testing it like this, it's a thumbs up. Overall, like a frame that does pretty much everything really well. Might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's just like a solid, very good, nice playing racket. So that's it for today. Have a nice day, and
don't forget to play some tennis.